There's something magical about watching a young player rise through the ranks at Manchester United. The excitement, the hype, we've all been there thinking we're watching the next Rooney or Ronaldo. But let's be honest, for every superstar, there's a list of names that just never lived up to the billing. Today we're digging into 10 of those forgotten talents, not to mock, but to reflect on the hype, the waste, and the reality of life after United. Take Ravel Morrison, for example. Sir Alex himself said he was the best youth player he'd ever seen, better than Giggs, better than Scholes. But instead of dominating midfield for a decade, Morrison became the poster boy for wasted potential. 14 clubs, and now at 31, he's playing in the UAE 3rd Division for Precision FC. At this point, it's less about a comeback and more about survival. Then there's Federico Macheda. One moment of brilliance in 2009 made us all believe he was the next great number 9. But after that iconic goal against Villa, what did he do? Not much. He drifted through clubs, rarely scoring, rarely making headlines. Now he's in Greece playing for Asteras Tripolis. Still hanging on, but let's not pretend he ever fulfilled the hype. John Kofi is another name that stings a bit. United paid $1 million for him as a teen. That's not pocket change. And yet, he never played a single first-team game. He bounced through the lower leagues, and after a brief spell at New Mills, he's been clubless since 2023. Off the pitch, he made headlines for all the wrong reasons, but was cleared of those charges in 2024. Still, it's a career that never got off the ground. Mats Muller-Daly, highly rated, technically sharp, but never even came close to the United first team. He had to head back to Norway to rebuild, and while he's doing okay at Molde FK, it's hardly what people expected when he first arrived in Manchester. James Weir, reserve team captain full of promise, until injuries and poor decisions derailed everything. By 28, he was done. Retired in 2024, now he's a travel agent, respect to him for moving on, but it's a sharp fall from where he once stood. Dimitri Mitchell actually got a first-team run under Mourinho, which is more than most of these guys can say. But like so many, he faded fast. Now he's at Exeter City in League One. Credit to him, he's still playing, still contributing, even after an ACL injury. He's got fight, but it's not the career we hoped for. And Devonte Redmond, this one's baffling. He spent 11 years at United and never made a single senior appearance. That's over a decade training at one of the biggest clubs in the world, and not once did he get the nod. Now he's in the UAE 2nd Division. It makes you wonder what was missing, or if the club ever really saw him as a serious first-team option. Marnik Vermeil, a few fleeting first-team moments, then years of bouncing around Europe before quietly retiring in 2024. He's now a postman back in Belgium, from Premier League dressing rooms to early morning mail routes. A reality check for what football life often becomes. Shola Shoretire had the hype, youngest player to appear in a European game for United. But as quickly as the spotlight came, it faded. He left the club in 2024 and joined PAOK in Greece. Still young, still talented, but now in footballing exile, trying to reignite what once looked like a meteoric rise. Callum Gribben, often called the next big thing from the academy, but his career was plagued with injuries and inconsistency. He's now at Warrington Rylands, a non-league club. He's still playing, and credit to him for sticking with it. But let's be honest, he was supposed to be United's future, not a non-league name. So yeah, this isn't a feel-good fairy tale. These stories are sobering. For every Rashford, there are 10 players like this, hyped up, praised, but ultimately left behind. It's not just about talent, it's attitude, timing, luck, and a bit of ruthlessness. Which of these players did you believe in? Who do you think still has a shot? Let me know in the comments, and if you want more real talk about the game we love, don't forget to like and subscribe.